I'm Kyle Ormsby. This is my sixth year at Reed as a member of the math department. I study a field called algebraic topology, which my colleague Angelica works in as well.
Yeah, so I'm Angelica Osorno, and as Kyle said, I'm an algebraic topologist as well. This is my seventh year at Reed, and I did my PhD at MIT, and I spent some time at the University of Chicago before coming to Reed.
I'm Dave. I'm in the math department, obviously.
The Department of Mathematics includes statistics as well. So when you major in math, you can decide to major just in math or major in math with a concentration in statistics. A math degree from Reed, employers know kind of like not only that you know specific math, but that like you know how to figure out problems. So that's what really leads to all these diverse careers. It's not necessarily the specific knowledge in mathematics, but really the kind of like the way of thinking that you gain while being a math major at Reed.
What's in the secret sauce? What is it about how we teach our approach that makes students so successful in leaving Reed and continue to succeed in math?
At the very beginning there, we have this course called 112, which I think is pretty distinctive. In that course, you learn to read and write like you're a mathematician. And from that point on, we treat you as if you were a colleague. And I think that's fairly unusual.
Yeah, I think the thesis experience is another big part of it. So that's quite unique to have access to a faculty member in such a close relationship working on advanced mathematics. That really sets our students up to be able to hit the ground running.
How would you describe a Reed student? How are they similar or different to students you've had at other colleges?
Teaching at Reed is a joy, and that is largely because of the students that we have access to. I mean, the Reed ethos is just very intellectual. I spend zero effort in class, sort of convincing people to engage with the material.
That might be, or it's supported by, I think, the way we do the grades here. It helps everyone focus just on the real prize of learning things and not worrying about points on scores and that kind of things. You have the privilege here of just focusing on the academics. Students aren't automatically sent their grades at the end of the semester. And a lot of students don't look at their grades at all. If you want to see what they are, you can go talk with your advisor. So usually it's that kind of situation. Maybe another topic, that's placement. When you get here, we're small enough where I think we do a really good job placing people. I mean, we have kind of guidelines and a system set up, but we can really just focus on where you are in mathematics and where you best fit in the program.
There isn't a placement exam in mathematics. Typically, you're just meeting with the faculty member and saying, well, am I ready to take 201? Should I start in 112? What's right for me, and just having that discussion is what leads to the placement.
One of the things that my friends used to always say is that I will never use calculus ever in my life. And I love to ask faculty this question: why do we do calculus? Why is it important to know? Are we going to use it?
Has anyone seen this graph regarding the amount of time we've all spent looking at exponential graphs over the past month or so? They're basically saying that, the derivative of this function is proportional to the function itself. And so the language of calculus is what allows anyone to be able to understand what that really means. And so I think everyone's become a bit of an amateur epidemiologist lately, and calculus is crucial.
Calculus, I mean, as you can see it in our curriculum, is the beginning, right? Like, and opening up and really understanding the proofs behind like what you're learning in high school. That's really where we get started, and we're like, oh, there's like this whole world that you can explore if you just kind of like go beyond calculus. When I teach, most of my classes, they're very, very interactive. And even at the moment when I'm lecturing and I'm presenting a proof, I'm asking students constantly for their input on how to continue the proof, right? What's my next step? But really, class time is devoted to students working with each other and then sharing their ideas.
What would you want to share if there were two things about Reed you really wanted to express? What would they be?
I think it's already been said. It's just our students. That's the biggest attraction here for everyone, I think. And this whole community that's intensely focused on this really fun thing of learning new things.
the canyon, which it is so regrettable here on this beautiful spring day that you cannot walk across the Great Lawn, go around Elliott Hall, and then take the little trail down to the creek, which we affectionately call the canyon. It's a bit of a gully, but it's a beautiful natural area, and it's really one of the prettiest campuses that I've spent time on. The spirit of collaboration in the mathematics department. There's a lot of students working with each other, and I'd love to take credit for, along with my fellow faculty members, for all the learning that happens here, but really so much is with peers. And having access to that peer group is a huge part of what makes Reed special. And I think the mathematics department is doing an especially good job of encouraging and facilitating that collaboration.